Hello there everybody, this is Krista and welcome back to the Krista Chronicles. Today, I really wanted to go through the Grief Journey Oracle. This came in from Kickstarter. It could not have been more perfect timing. If you follow me over on Instagram, you'll know that unfortunately, I don't know when this is going up, but I'm filming this Thursday the 23rd. So, yeah, unfortunately we had to say goodbye to our kitty Stevie a week ago. Kind of unexpectedly. Yeah. So that was not easy. She was a baby. She was only 6. And so, yeah. Of course those things happen. But I feel like you go into getting a cat. Oh, my voice is going. You kind of go into getting a cat thinking, you know, you hear those stories of them living to like 20. So, yeah. Anyway, we've been doing okay. It's a journey. It's a process. But, so that happened Thursday. We took the weekend to just sort of do whatever we needed to do to like feel okay. And so that was pretty much, I don't know if, I feel like when it comes to like a grief that's that large, for me, those first few days, distraction is the best thing. And so that was really what we did. And so now that I'm feeling like, I don't know what there's no right words, I'm feeling kind of like okay in it, because ultimately, she was sick, she was very sick, and so there's no regret that I feel. Like, you know, I'm finding a lot of peace knowing that I was able to do that for her. So knowing that, like, you know, I'm in a space of like, I feel okay. So now that we're there, it's like this came at the perfect time. It came on Tuesday. And so I haven't had it very long, but immediately I've pulled a card both days. I pulled, like, when I got it Tuesday, I pulled one yesterday. Alongside, I've been pulling one of these at home, and at work I brought the Into the Lonely Woods Oracle, and my planner page has gone completely back to being like a full journal entry using both of those cards, and it's been really good. And so this is not my usual way of doing a walkthrough. Usually it's like an unboxing for me as well, but just with the perfect timing and how helpful it instantly was, I don't know, I just wanted to look through it with you all today. And also I really wanted to play with some pairs because I haven't really paired it. I actually haven't paired it at all yet, and so I'm just curious to find some tarots that might go with it. So this is the new Grief Journey Oracle by Marian Kirk and art by Terry Cottrell. So, grief is a universal experience, sadly something that every human being will be confronted with at some point in our lives. Whilst navigating the loss of my dad in November 2020, I was looking for something to help me. The usual practices of gathering together with loved ones was not an option due to the way the world was at the time. I needed a deck that wasn't a tarot. I needed a deck that was unafraid and unflinching in mirroring the pain and anguish I was experiencing. I couldn't find it, so, as the saying goes, necessity is the mother of invention. I thought if I'm feeling these intense emotions, then as a collective, more people could also be experiencing them. I believe in those moments of quiet sorrow, the beginnings of what Terry and I have created was born. If the last few years has shown us anything, it is how precious life and our experiences are. We should not ignore that which we experience. Terry painted all 48 of the breathtaking images in oils on wood, every brushstroke placed with intention and love. Just like the images on the cards, the words contained within the guidebook are your companion. Like each brushstroke, every word has been written with love and the intention that it may bring you solace in the very darkest of times. It's just, I knew when this came in, it just was going to be gorgeous. Oh, I know that Lisa Papez has a really good in-depth, she got an early copy. I haven't watched it because I really wanted to like experience this, but I have it saved. So this, I don't know what just made that pop in my head, but I can't wait to watch that. But also, check that out. What else? I don't know, logistics, magnetic clamshell box. So beautiful. We've got a quote from, also, this made me cry. A quote from Winnie the Pooh. It's like, okay, all the things I like. If there ever comes a day where we can't be together, keep me in your heart. I will stay there forever. Okay. Crying. Alright, so this is not in order because I have shuffled and used it. These are the beautiful backs, and just the fact, like, all of these done on oil, on wood. It's gorgeous. Really, really is. You get a really nice guidebook with it. Look at that moon. An index, love an index. But also you get the 5 stages of grief, about the grief journey oracle, how to use it, your grief journey, meeting your grief meditation, and connecting with your deck. And then you get quite the sizable, like a really good entry, but it's like just enough, it's not too much. And then you get like an about the creator, and then if you have this on the go, it's a place to, they give you a little place to write things down, which I think is really neat. It's on a really nice matte cardstock with a matte black edging. I can't tell if it's black or navy blue. Historically, I am really not good at telling the difference between black and navy blue, so here it is. I will let you decide. Either way, it's very nice. Alright, let's get into it. It's one of those decks that smells so good. You know who, the Danielle Norman decks. Like if you have, there is that new Autumn Season Tarot, the Walking Meditation, Winter Season. She definitely uses a, if not like a very similar cardstock, and it's got the same smell, which I love. Okay, let's get into it. So we'll just flip through the cards first, before we get into some pairs. So we have Retreat, Emergence. How beautiful is that? Like how celestial and glowing. Now again, I've been literally using this for 2 days, so, you know. But what I have really liked so far is that, one, it has worked perfectly in the context of grief in which it aims at, but I feel like, similarly to why I really love the Into the Lonely Woods oracle, is that I feel like even if I am not in an active grief like I am in this moment, it still feels like a tool I could go to. I use the Into the Lonely Woods for a whole slew of different reasons, and I guess to say that we have mini griefs so frequently, many deaths, many things to grieve, and I think this would really work for that too. So I think, you know, for me it's working with that big grief feeling, but I have a feeling that it will work with just those little things as well. Cycles. I love how this pocket watch is made to look like a constellation. Caretakers. I love the ideas of a wolf pack, and I really like how you can see the brush strokes. Child. The mother bear protecting her children, but it looks to me like maybe this one has passed and that's the spirit. Apologies if you hear, I don't know if you can, how well this picks up on my sound. Question mark, wait, random question. How is the sound on my videos? I refuse to watch my videos back. hate to do it. How is the sound? Should I get a microphone? It's something I think of on and off. Should I get a microphone? Would that be good? I don't know, because at the same time I don't want to be too loud. And my camera, the camera I have is kind of meant to be a quote-unquote vlogging camera, so I know the microphone on it's decent. Let me know. Anyways, endurance with the lotus, perfect, perfect, perfect. That growing from the mud. Rainbow bridge. Oh, I don't know what this word is, nor how to say it. Let's Google. I meant to Google that the other day, but then I forgot. A funeral rites. How do you say it?
Obsequies.
You hear that? Obsequies. Oh my god, Viking burial. Hell yeah. Could you imagine getting a Viking burial? Like, ugh, so metal. Might consider. Is that allowed? I don't know, you probably need permits. Anyway, Survivor. Guide. I love this card. How gorgeous is that? Freedom. With all this, it feels like, I don't know, maybe the lion has died. And this freedom it's feeling. Which is how I'm liking, like, I think I'm finding a lot of peace in that idea as well. Because Stevie, she had kidney disease. It was a very, very, very odd, unusual, rare situation of, it was from like a, she had like a kidney trauma moment. So vets could never figure out why she had consistent back-to-back UTIs. And so it's like we would solve one. We were on a schedule of going to the vet at least every 3 months. And without fail, there might have been one time that we went to that 3-month check and she had a new one. And so we really couldn't figure out why she was getting every supplement under the sun to try and like right that, kind of right the pH balance, all that sort of stuff. But it was still happening. And yeah, we couldn't quite figure out why. So that was the thing, is the first time that happened, it was a UTI that turned into a kidney infection. Not that you all are asking, but I'm just talking about it. And so it was really just a huge maintenance thing. One of her kidneys that were already damaged from that first instance, but then staying on top of the recurrent UTI so that it didn't turn into an infection, which ultimately one did, which affected her other kidney in the end. So, where was I going with this? Okay. Oh, but she's the kind of cat that, from the start, she's kind of been in and out of the vet. She just was a special gal. And so she had a chicken allergy. And so we keep joking right now of like, she's got all this freedom, we like to think, to run around and be her crazy self without needing to get all these kidney medications. Actually, she wasn't even on a kidney medication yet. Again, very odd situation. Usually kidney disease, one, happens in like older cats, but it's very, well, there is no cure. It is so maintainable. But again, her case was just different. So from that, but also we have this one memory of her. One time we were eating Wendy's chicken nuggets and she stole one. She never took people food. Like, she was not interested in human food. She would occasionally try to get a lick of like ice cream and yogurt, but that was it. And she was not aggressive about it. But for whatever reason, one time she stole a Wendy's chicken nugget. and ran underneath my bed. This is when Paul and I were still dating. And I will never forget looking underneath that bed and the look of her little guilty face holding this huge chicken nugget in her mouth. And of course I was freaking out because she's allergic. She did not end up eating it. We got her chicken-free treats, and she was pleased that she got to get a treat, so she dropped the chicken nugget and got her treat. But we like to joke that she's running around with no pain, eating all the chicken nuggets she wants. Forever. I love this. The idea of birds who mate for life. Oh, okay. Commemorate. This is my favorite card. Absolute favorite card, because if you look real close, ooh, can we get it? Come on. Right down here is a little gray cat. It's a little gray cat with white under the chin and chest, like it looks just like Stevie. And so pulling this card out, I don't know, it just felt so comforting that I got this grief deck so soon, and just like when I really needed it, and that she's in there. I like to think, I know it's not her, because Marion and Terry don't know Stevie, but I like to think in my personal copy of this deck, it's her. Innocence, secrets, home. Ugh. The tree got chopped down and the bee's looking for his home. Oh, that's sad. I'm glad I'm doing this because I kind of flipped through it quickly. I'm glad I'm sitting down and doing this. I almost did not. Because also I realize, you know, I don't know, y'all might not want to sit here and watch me talk about my cat. But I suppose you don't have to, if you don't want to. And I like to share. Ascension. I like the dragon in here. Kind of unexpected, but I love it. Memories. The elephant is so perfect. I love that about elephants, how they have this, like, this real memory. Not, well, who am I to say what a real memory is, but one very similar to our own, and a concept, it seems, of community similar to our own. I don't know. I just think it's so interesting. Siblings. This card I found so interesting. Actually, I want to read the book for this, because what an interesting card. I can confidently say I don't have another deck that has a siblings card. Okay, let's read this. The word sibling once referred to anyone who is related to you, but now reserved for children of the same parent or parents, including adopted and blended family siblings. Two ponies greet each other under a crescent moon, the easterly winds blowing the long grass. Both appear present and corporal upon first glance. However, if you look longer, you may see the white mist that surrounds the pony on the left, suggesting that all may not be as it appears. The sibling relationship is one of the most complex that we have in life. There are many layers. If we are of a similar age to our siblings and live together, we share the same lived experience. Having someone who has the same memories from childhood as you, confirming that they really took place, can bring much comfort. Not everyone will have the same experience, and sometimes we become estranged from our siblings. We don't choose who our siblings are, unlike how we choose our friends. Whatever the circumstances, there are many feelings of grief and loss, even if the separation is by choice or perhaps for your own safety and peace of mind. To lose a sibling is deeply traumatic. If we have a good relationship, there's an assumption that person will be there for most of our lives. When our time together is cut short, it can blindside us. Suddenly you are thrust into a world of pain that you never expected. Your role within the family unit may change, your reality is forever altered, and the journey to recovery is long and challenging. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, that would destroy me. I have 2 sisters, an older sister and a twin sister. And like we're even like from my twin sister to my older, we're close in age. So yeah, they're really like, I do have this idea that no, they're always gonna be there. Especially my twin sister, same age. It's like, I know this is not how ultimately it will probably work, but in my head I'm like, well, we came in together. Obviously we're going out at the same time. Ooh, what a card. Okay. Release, that's beautiful. Ooh, shelter with the clownfish and anemone. Growth. Resilience. I love that with the bull. Spiral. I like all the ocean imagery as well. Feels very symbolic of like emotional depths. Solitude. Now, I don't think this was intended, but what I'm finding so interesting, we've got this person here with a cauldron, but with this cliff, I don't know, it's kind of reminding me of the cliff we usually see in the Fool card. And so it's almost like this moment of kind of, I don't know, with the cauldron, like kind of alchemizing, bringing together your experience, as if getting yourself ready to kind of restart the journey. Because with every death, whether it is actually losing someone or something, or if it's just like, again, like those mini ones we talk about that can happen just in your day-to-day, ultimately, with a death, there has to be a restart. Like, there's no choice in that. Interesting. Tempest. Ancestors. Isn't this beautiful with the unicorn? I'm actually a bit curious about that unicorn. To the guidebook. A unicorn gallops through a long-forgotten graveyard, surrounded by the memories of those that have gone before us. So many stories, lives, and experiences are given over to the mists of time and lost to the past. Living memory is no longer an option, but they must have existed, for we are here today as a product of their lives. That is so interesting with the unicorn. I love it. Transition with the chameleon. Perfect. Fury. I love the range of emotion we are getting here. Because something like that Tempest card, so beautiful. But I think it's kind of something like, when you think of it in context of grief, to me, when I see Tempest, it's sort of like those, what's the turbulent, sad feelings. But not necessarily. Fury is absolutely something that comes with grief. Not always, but it can. I do. Walking towards the sunset. Ugh. Revelations. The two snakes kind of intertwined is very interesting. Guardian. With what looks like kind of like a child's figure is beautiful. Illumination with a lightning strike. Also, like, again, this art and the colors. How beautiful are these colors? Chaos within. Definitely feels to me like this idea of bottled up emotion. Like it's this swirling, turbulent water inside the bottle. when just outside of it there is this whole ocean that could catch that water if it just would release it. Lament. I love this card. I'm curious about it and really like it, because lament is usually like just such a sad word paired though with like the rainbow and the music notes. Oh, how cool. Okay. An expression of grief. They appear as poems and songs about death, loss, and general suffering. Okay, that makes sense. A rainbow nestles within clouds as they part to reveal the bluest of skies, parted perhaps by the sound of a healing tune. I love it. Drifting. Isn't that interesting imagery? This hot air balloon. But it's kind of anchored by this vine. It can only go so high unless you kind of detach. Gravis. This was the first card I pulled. It's all about like the weight of the grief you carry. Because there really is, not that I really haven't felt it. Everyone has been so nice and kind. However, depending on the kind of grief, I feel like there are different societal expectations for how you handle it and how long you're allowed to like kind of grieve publicly about it. And I feel like pet loss is one of those things where I feel like the tarot community, you guys get it. You get it. The tarot community gets it, and I'm so lucky that the library community I'm a part of most understand it too. But generally, I feel like there is this idea that it's not that big of a thing. And so, yeah, I don't know, that's interesting to think about, and like it's a weight to kind of carry of like the question of how long am I allowed to be sad about it, which of course is the answer is however long you need. But then the other interesting thing is like, well, like the idea of, especially, okay, when you think about pet loss, the other question of if you do want to get another pet, which I know I like will own a cat again, I will. Then the question is like, when is too soon? And so there's this weight of like, well, gosh, what if when I get a cat, there's like a judgment of like, gosh, wow, you already got a new cat, which is ridiculous, because again, that is so personal as well, of like, whenever it is you feel ready, and it's never a replacement. But no, those are all the things that I've been thinking about and kind of feel like this weight. So yeah, that was my first card though. Isolation. Tranquility. I love how Terry paints these night skies and these mists. Adaptation. Very cool card. Messenger. I love that with the crow. Abandoned. Ugh. Departure. Really cool imagery with that train. It's like a spirit train. Also kind of makes me think of the Polar Express, which is not a bad thing. However, different meaning. I can only assume. Retirement. I think that's such a cool card, because yes, I imagine retirement is something, whether you loved your working career or not, like it's something to grieve. I can remember when my dad retired, that was like really hard for him, because it's a huge shift in like your way of life. especially if, like, I know his generation, it's like you kind of got a lot of your self-worth, unfortunately, from the job you had and how hard you worked. So it's a big shift. Friendship, I love the giraffes. Historically, my favorite animal. I don't feel I have a favorite animal anymore because I love them all. But as a child, favorite animal. Detach with the panda is so good. And Journey, that's the card I pulled yesterday, actually, that's why it's on top. Or on the bottom, but you know, flipped over. Okay, they're such beautiful cards, so I'm gonna pause, search around for, we're gonna be here for a bit. Usually when I do a walkthrough, it's like 2 to 3 decks, but I'm just grabbing whatever. I just want to play with this deck and find some pairs, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, I've got so many decks here. Oh, actually, and I'm missing one. Well, we'll go back to that at the end. Okay, so since I feel like I need more light. Okay, that feels better. Since the way I'm using this right now is for Stevie. One, I was thinking about bringing out the Cat Tarot, which was like her deck, but that's still feeling like too much. We're not gonna do that. So instead, the Cat's Eye Tarot, which I kind of think the art style of this might really go well anyway. Like, I'm thinking this could be a good combination of like specific purpose, but also might look really good because it's another painted, so I perceive, deck. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, I love this deck. Wow. Caretakers and with this 8 of Pentacles here and Knight of Swords. Child, and look at, they're both kings. Aww. Ooh, that's cool. Okay, I'm liking this. I think this is a solid pairing. Again, very, very pointed and specific, but I really wanted to see that. Endurance with the Fool and Queen of Cups. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Is it the Cat's Eye Tarot? Or am I... Wait, oh no, I do have a little book in here. No, it is the Cat's Eye Tarot. I was making sure I wasn't thinking of the girl group, Cat's Eye. Okay. Anyway. Ooh, okay, I'm excited to see this one. Tarot of Woodland Wardens. I think could be interesting. Ooh, I forgot this. See, I'm so used to Woodland Wardens thinking there's a border. I forgot this was borderless. Illumination with 9 of Cups and 10 of Wands. Ooh. Wow. Look at that. Oh, okay, no, I think I like this. I think this is a good aesthetic pair for sure. Survivor with 3 of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles is interesting because we've got the teamwork here, but in 9 of Pentacles you get that lone figure. Ooh. Wow. Okay. This I'm a fan of. Yes, I think Tarot of Woodland Wardens totally works. Apologies if it seems like I'm speeding through these pairings. It's just I really do have so many. Alright. Peculiar pathways, maybe? Question mark? The art style could be not. I don't know. It's either gonna work, really work, or just really not. I feel like there's gonna be no in between. Ooh, I think I'm liking it already. Yeah, okay, I think I like that. Freedom with 10 of Wands and the Devil. That's super cool. Drifting with 8 of Wands and the Magician. Look at the floating things. It almost feels like rushing, like moving so fast on something, it's like you kind of lose your way. Ooh, I like this. Okay, no, that's a yes for me. I think that totally works. Peculiar pathways. Great pairing. Okay. What is this called? Something Ancestors. Future Ancestors Tarot. This I feel like both thematically and visually, I feel like it's gonna be a yes. Commemorate with 6 of Seeds and 6 of Candles. Interesting. That very much feels like both of these cards on the side definitely feel like kind of honoring something. Honoring the good times, the positive aspects. Transition with 2 of Cups and 4 of Cups. Ooh, that's interesting. I like this. I think it's good. Oh, how with the beginning and the end and fury in the middle. Oh. Yes, Future Ancestors is a yes from me. I like that. Come on, get back in your bag. There we go. Oh, okay. I'm really excited about this next one. This one I thought was the first one I thought of. Well, no, maybe that's not true. I do have Sarah Kathleen's new Grieving Tarot, which I don't think are, like, visually is gonna be the match, but I do want to bring that over. I was using it in the living room, so I gotta go grab that. But anyway, the first visual match I thought of, Majestic Earth. What do we think? Because oil painting, right? I don't know. Oh, already, I don't know. Well, no, wait, no. I think I like that. I think that's Ancestors with these keywords: protective, practical, formidable, and attainment, optimism, radiance, wonder. That's neat. Rainbow Bridge with ancestry and independence. Okay. No, I am really liking this, I think. isolation with the moon and 7 of trees. Oh, they look beautiful together, don't they? Which, I'm excited to try these together because Majestic Earth is one of those where, like, the feeling, I am unsure about the feeling I get from it. And I'm curious to see if this is the context it kind of fits in. Because there's this, like, quietness to it. It had, and, like, almost like a little bit of a lack of voice to me. And I'm wondering if it'll fit well here since this is, like, such a strong presence in the middle. I really like this pair. I am excited to keep trying this. Wow, tranquility with the 4 of trees and 2 of stone? Yes, okay. All right, that is exciting. Majestic Earth is a win. There is that new, oh my gosh, where did that deck go? Hold on, because this is very severely out of print, as we know, but there's that new deck. What? I feel like I got that deck. Did it walk through? Did I do a walkthrough? Where did it go? How do you lose a woman? Sometimes I set them down in odd places, and this is my biggest crime. Like, if they're a new deck, if I set it down in a weird place, I'm not gonna remember where the heck that thing went. Mindscapes. Where's my Mindscapes Tarot? Hold on. Hold the phone. I need to find that. Okay, well, not a singular clue where that guy went, which means I took it somewhere with me. And it is now somewhere probably so odd. It'll show up, but insert that here. I think they're very comparable decks. It's what just made me think of it. So I think if you don't have Majestic Earth, try Mindscapes. I think that would be awesome with this. Dang. I do not like that kind of mystery. I'll find it. It's okay. Alright. Anyway, next. Little monsters. I like the very kind of quiet, gentle voice this one has. Ooh, and isn't that shape kind of neat? Oh, that? I'm like looking up at my little viewfinder. I love how that looks. That's so cool. Home with 4 of arrows and 9 of wands. Ooh, like defending. Emergence with 5 of wands and 10 of wands. Huh. The things you have to overcome to get there. Oh, wow, okay, I really like how this has a very calming energy to it. I actually think, okay, because I did like the future ancestors, I think that looked good. I feel like the feeling I was thinking that was going to give me, though, this is giving. Like, I think I would choose this over future ancestors, personally. Release with the Tower and Knight of Arrows. That is neat. So cool. Look at that. Okay, I love that pairing. Wow. I feel like I want to like set aside the ones like this, Majestic Earth. Yes. All right, last but not least, while I was searching though, I did go get the new Grieving Tarot, which I do have a full walkthrough of this. Big fan. I think it's another, how interesting. I feel like there's been a lot, like, Grieving's been in the deck world this year, huh? I say that, literally 2 decks. Calm down, Krista. But still. Yeah, I feel like the art styles don't necessarily go, but obviously thematically, yes. I still think it's a worthwhile pairing. I paired the Grieving Tarot with the Into the Lonely Woods, and also, like, even so, still not like the perfect visual pair, but the reading was so good. So I think this is definitely one I will, like, I'll try this pairing for sure, because I think the reading is gonna be good. Detach with 3 of Wands and Queen of Swords. I mean, yeah, right? Again, that like beginning to end energy with solitude. And so, oh my gosh, and since that cliff like reminds me of the Fool, how interesting. Okay, I like it. I'm gonna try that for sure. All right, and that, my friends, is all, it's all the decks I brought to try pairing. Now I'm gonna go continue searching for my Mindscapes Tarot. Oh, it's probably like, I don't know. I don't even know. We'll find it though. Stay tuned. I'm feeling very inspired by Thea over at Garden Goddess Tarot is doing a deck decluttering series, and it's about that time of year. Every year when like this, we get like deep into fall, kind of, you know, going towards like I'm thinking about the beginning of next year, you know, like the planners are out. We're starting to think about that. This is something I think of too, but it's been maybe 2 years since I've done like a full, like take out every single deck and go through it. And I am feeling the itch to do that. So let me know if that's something you'd want to see. I don't know if there would be literally any rhyme or reason to how I go through it. I don't know. But I know I want to do it regardless. So anyways, but definitely let me know what you think. What else would you try pairing with this deck? Is this one you got? What are your thoughts? I love it. I think it's perfect. No notes. But other than that, I hope you're having a great day so far, and I'll see you again very soon.